Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to go from a lighting setup like this to something like this without any big film lights, no expensive equipment. All we did is add a light to the back, add a bounce card and a little bit of diffusion to help soften the face, and that's it. So here's what our scene looks like without any of the modifiers. We have a big window where we're getting our main source of light right through here. We have our tripod right here, a cat tower that adds nothing. And then we have our seat right here. And the first thing we did was we turned on a practical light in the background. So that practical is going to have an immediate effect in adding a little separation from the background behind me right here. And I won't get lost in this kind of dark abyss behind me. And another thing that it can do is add a little bit of a direction for why we're seeing so much light over here. We have a light back here, we have a light on this side of my face. It kind of helps the brain put those two together. Obviously, if we really wanted to match that, we would put like an orange gel over the window to make it kind of that tungsten orange, or we would change the color of the bulb in the back. So why don't we go ahead and change the color of the bulb? Okay, so now we have a little bit better of a motivation for the light source. We have this bulb and the color temperature of the light matches the color temperature of the outside light that is really lighting me. So the next thing we're going to add is a little bounce right here on this side, so we can add a little bit of shape to the darkened side of my face without getting rid of all of the kind of nice moody contrast that we have right now. So for our bounce, we're just going to use one of these. You can get these at like the dollar store, you can get them at any major superstore. It's just a piece of foam core. And as you can see, it acts as a really nice bounce to give a nice shape to the other side of my face, filling it in just a little bit without kind of taking away all of the nice contrast that we have. So I'm gonna set this up on a stand. I have a little C-stand right here. If you don't have a stand, you can prop it up on a chair. You can prop it against a table. And there's a lot of different ways that you can go about setting up one of these bounces to add a little bit of light from a window. Okay, so we have our bounce. It's adding a nice little bit of shape right here, but we're still getting a decent bit of contrast, add a nice dimension to my face. The next thing we're gonna wanna do is kind of soften this light right here. Right now, it's a bit harder than I would like. We're lucky we have an overcast day outside, but especially with a day where it's just straight sunlight, no clouds, you're definitely gonna wanna soften that light so you get a nice smooth fall off, unless you're going for a really hard fall off look. So to do this, we have a few different options. We can use something like this. This is a piece of gridded diffusion paper, and we can hang that up with just some clothespins like this. Often they're referred to as C47s, but I think clothespin is just fine. But we can use this to hang on our window if you have something to attach to, like the blinds that I have. Or we can use something like this. This is the center insert from a 5-in-1 reflector, and it's just a big circle of diffusion. And we can use some A-clamps like this, some little spring clamps to connect it to something on the window, or you can hang it from a stand if you have one of those. So I think we're just gonna go with a really simple way and clip those diffusion sheets just to the blinds on the window, and we'll see how that looks. All right, so we have our diffusion sheet clipped to the window, and it's diffusing this nice light right on the side of my face. And that's all we're gonna do for this little setup here. You don't have to have big expensive lights in order to kind of get a nice, even, slightly contrasty look on someone's face, especially for like a YouTube setup like this or a single person interview setup. All you need is a big window with some light coming through it, a little bounce card, and just some diffusion of some kind. If you don't have any of this stuff, this like gridded diffusion, or maybe you don't have a 5-in-1, which I would highly recommend picking one up. They're really inexpensive and they really can do a lot for you. You could just use a big shower curtain. Lots of people use those as a big sheet of diffusion, and they're very inexpensive. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you in some way or another. You don't need those big expensive lights in order to have some good light on your subject. As always, if you liked the video, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. Other than that, thank you for watching and have a great day.